Now I'm going to show you how to calculate the other outs, FO, and GO on a player analysis chart. So notice that the other out statistic is not a statistic given on the on the player card. Since it's not a statistic here, we actually need to calculate it. And anytime you need to calculate using a formula, you simply go to page 53 in the student manual. So let me show you page 53 here. I'm just going to show you the bottom part because this is all we need. See how it says other outs here? This is the formula that we're going to use in order to calculate our other outs. And what I like to do is take a piece of paper and actually write down our formula. So this is our other outs. And the formula says we take the at-bats, we minus the hits, and we minus the strikeouts. And that's going to give us our other outs. All right, so let's find where those numbers are. Going back here, going back to our player card, the at-bats for the year that we want is 597. So I write that down. I'm going to subtract from that the hits. Hits is 205. And then I'm going to subtract the strikeouts. And here are the strikeouts. It's 47. All right, a big subtraction problem. Let's get our calculator and put these numbers in. So we start with 597, and we subtract 205, and then we subtract 47. And we get that our other outs is 345. I'm going to write that here. And there's our other outs. Now let's go ahead and put it on our player analysis sheet. And here it is, 345. So now we have our other outs. The other outs we use in order to calculate the FO and the GO. How do we do that? Well, again, we go back to page 53 and it helps us. Right underneath the other outs, you'll notice it says to determine fly outs, foul out, FO, and ground outs, GO, you divide that number of other outs by 2. So here's our other outs, and we're going to divide it by 2. So we'll do that. It's 345. So we push divide by 2 equals. Notice that you do not get a whole number. In other words, you get a decimal. When this occurs, you need to do two things. You need to take that number and round it up to the next whole number and round it down to the previous whole number. And that'll give you your FO and your GO. In other words, 172.5 rounded down to the nearest whole number is 172. So that can be our FO. Doesn't matter if you call that FO or GO. And then to get your GO, you take the 172.5, round it up to the nearest whole number, and that's 173. Why did you have to do that? Well, you had to do that rounding because the other outs turned out to be an odd number. When it's an odd number and you divide it by 2, you actually get a decimal. So we round it. Now, if that other outs happen to be an even number, then when you divide by 2, you're going to get the exact same foul out and ground out. The way you can check that you did this correct is just add the FO and the GO together. They should equal your other outs every single time. They should only differ by 1 digit if this is an odd number. They should be identical if your other outs is even. And that is how you calculate your other outs, your FO, and your GO.